Hi, this is Tutor Nick P, and this is Word Origins 374. The word origin today is honeymoon. Okay, somebody wants a screenshot, do it right now. Let's get right to it. All right, we got two meanings, two uses. Here's the first one. A honeymoon was most commonly refers to a vacation that two people take soon after their wedding ceremony. Yeah, it could be the very next day, it could be a week later, sometimes it's a lot longer. All right, number two, the beginning of a period of time when everyone tries to be pleasant and people try not to criticize or attack each other. In this sense, sometimes it's referred to as a honeymoon period. All right, let's continue. There are a couple of theories about this word, and the original meaning was not what it is today. Okay. The first theory derived from a Scandinavian practice of drinking a mead. And a mead is a sweet alcoholic drink made from honey during the first month of marriage. So, the first month, that was the idea of like the moon. From one moon to the next moon, that period is close to a month. And was done to improve the chances of conception, of the woman conceiving, of the woman getting pregnant. Especially in former times, that was, considered one of the main purposes of getting married was to have babies and have a family. So they wanted to do that right away. Some others say it may date back to the 5th century in Europe, and the mead was believed to have aphrodisiac properties, and increase your desire for, sexual activity, and again, with the idea of probably conceiving and starting a family. All right, and another theory is connected to John Hayward's book of Proverbs. The original reference was in regard to the happy, sweet time of a marriage was like the honey, okay, but waning like the moon over time. So, maybe the love feelings or lovey-dovey feelings, as soon as they got married, but then over time that starts to go down, it starts to decrease. That's the idea. The French version was lune de miel, okay. It was not until the late 1500s that it started to refer to a post-wedding holiday. However, it wasn't until the 1800s that, it started to be, a common custom that people often did this. Okay. All right. Good. Post-wedding. Okay, great. And we got 4 examples to show just how it's used. Here's the first one. They are planning on taking a honeymoon to a tropical island. Sure. That's very typical. Number 2, she wants to go to a romantic place for her honeymoon. Good. Number 3, in politics, sometimes the opposing political party may try not to be too disruptive for a few months of a new administration. This is usually referred to as the honeymoon period. And then after that period's over, they go back to politics as usual and argue with each other and say how terrible each other is, something like that. All right, number 4, the honeymoon is over. We often hear this. They had their first lover's spat. Well, probably the first lover's spat after the wedding anyway. Okay, hope you got it. Hope it was clear. I hope it was very informative. Thank you for your time. Bye-bye.